Hello. I'm going to talk really fast about this metaphor slash meme I have in mind. It's about community and community roles and the community organism as a forest ecosystem. And what I mean by that is, thank you. What I mean by that is, okay, so in the beginning, imagine this image with me. There is a image of a forest floor, and the floor is halfway across the image. And underneath the soil, you can see the mycelial network. And so in the beginning, you start underground and you are just a speck of dust, part of the soil. And what happens next, I'm actually gonna sit down here so I can talk to you guys. What happens next is you are like very lonely and haven't found the others yet, and at this point your job is to find the others. You need to find other people that you resonate with and make friends. And there's like a whole self-love arc to this too, but let's start with this community roles. Next, once you have found the others, you are now connected to the mycelial network, and as a part of the mycelial network, you now have this role that you can adopt, which is helping find other people, find each other, find the others. So there is one role that exists, which is like very much you find the next nth individual who is like curious, kind-hearted, but very lonely, isolated, and bring them to find the others. And that little like journey is your whole role. Then there is like, you're in the network, you're in the mycelial network, and there's like another role, which is like you're kind of more in the middle of it. What you can do there is strengthen the network. So basically build closer, like stronger relationships, closer friends, and introduce your friends to one another, create group chats, throw events, host, this kind of thing. And by doing this, you are strengthening the like mycelial network or the social fabric, whatever. And that is another role that you can play. Then there is like, I think everything that's talked about so far is more along like the self-love and belonging aspect of things, which is very important. You have to have that usually as like a foundation in order to follow the interestingness aspects. So next step is like, you can, let's say you've found the others, you're established, you have a strong enough support network. What you can do next is you can become a mushroom. And what I mean by that is you pop up, you pop your head out of the soil, and now you have created something, and it's interesting. And out of this like network of relationships and community trust pops like a flourishing of creativity and expressiveness that like becomes some kind of artifact, whether it's like a song or like usually some piece of art, or like a company, and this is a mushroom. So that's like your role if you are in that place where you are pursuing your own frontier, your area of interestingness, and you like have done, you are like in this space of doing things that you find interesting and creating artifacts. So this is all on the like forest floor. What I think of as like the forest itself, there's like these huge trees, right? And like there's some sense that like once you have like your popped up your mushroom, like you are above ground and you're becoming more legible, and so you're actually more exposed to predators, and the predators are basically like mainstream society, and they might just eat your mushroom, or they might help fund you, they might support you. And the metaphor is like kind of loose here, so bear with me, but like you are growing your work and your craft, and you are testing it out in a more and more legible way, and seeing how it stands up to like critics. And then you have these like huge trees. There's kind of like, so there's kind of like a fuzzy part where there's like, okay, arguably like other animals, other plants. Just this is now just in the mainstream society area, like arena, and like you'll probably have helpers. There's probably other social scenes. You're like integrated into society, and at like sort of like the top of this meme is the actual like, let's say like old growth trees, and in my mind these are just the institutions, religions, like the support structures that hold up our society as it exists. And so that like kind of, if you are like Gaudi, or like you're like one of the top artists of all history, like that is, you have reached this level of being one of the trees in this forest. So this is the metaphor that I have found very sticky lately. And what I like about it is sort of this idea that you don't have to be like, everyone is on their own journey, they're on their own like they exist in their own point along the spectrum, whether that's like self-love or friendship or creative expression. And the idea that you don't have to be doing something that is already being done by someone else in the ecosystem. And if your favorite thing is to find the next nth individual and bring them to find the others, like do that. And you don't have to like, you don't have to be an artist, you don't have to like, you just, I think like the idea of finding exactly what suits you and taking comfort in knowing that these other roles are going to be supported by other people who all live in this ecosystem together is comforting. But okay, that's all. Sub 10 minutes, yay. See you guys.